Hello and welcome to the third part of this dynamic motion video tutorial. Now that we've applied our zoom blur, what we want to do now is just to finish off the image. So there's a few technicalities which are wrong about the picture at the moment, and we also want to do a little bit of color correction. So to get started, we need to click onto the top layer, then go to our adjustment layers and select levels. And the reason we're doing this is so that we can start to correct the colour and actually get the look and the warmth in the picture that we want. And we can do this by just using the grey pipette to sort out our colour correction. So when the levels dialog window appears, select your grey pipette, go over to the car and just click once onto the bonnet. You might have to just click around a few times just to find the exact colour that you want. Here I've gone for nice greens in the background, and I've also added some warmth with that yellow. Click OK, and we've now applied our colour correction to our car. So if I zoom out, we can see we've got really nice blue sky and we've got the rushing road flying past. Now if you take a look at the car itself, and I'll just zoom in, and we can actually see here, just on the headlights and the front of the bumper, we've got the zoom actually overtaking the car. Now obviously this is a little bit wrong, so we can just compensate for this by just increasing the scale of the car itself. So if I zoom out, make sure that I've got my car cutout selected, then go Control T or Option T on a Mac. Then if I hold the Alt key down, make sure that I've got Constrain Proportions ticked on the top option bar. Then just left click on one of the corners and then just start to increase the car slightly. Then if I just use my cursor keys, I can just move the car just over to the right a little bit and up a couple of places into position. Once I'm happy with that, all I need to do is click the green confirm tick at the bottom right of the screen, and that will make my scale adjustment. So we're almost there now. What I need to do is to just quickly sharpen up the details within the car. So again, making sure that I've got my car cutout selected, I need to go up to Enhance and Adjust Sharpness, and this will bring up the Adjust Sharpness dialog window. And I'm actually going to just take a look at the grille, because it's here that I can really sort of see the detail of the car. Now what I want to do is just to change the amount to about 80 and take the radius down to about 1.6. Then if I just click on the preview, I can actually see the amount the sharpening is affecting the image. Now if I take the amount right up, I'll start to see a little bit of artifacting coming in, and if I increase the radius, which is the radius of the contrast edges, we'll really start to see sort of haloing and the reduction of quality within the image itself. So there you go. So about 60% and a radius of about 1.6 is absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to check that more refined is ticked. Click OK, and that'll apply that sharpening to the car. Okay, now just to finish off our picture and give it that real stylistic look, we're going to apply a vignette. So if I just zoom in slightly, click onto my top levels layer and click the new layer icon. So that's a completely blank image layer, and what I want to do is just fill that with white. If I hit D on my keyboard, I then hit X, and basically D will reset the colour swatches to black and white, and X will flip them round. So I've now got white set as my foreground colour. Now I just want to select my paint bucket, or just hit K for the shortcut, and just fill the whole screen with white. Now if I go up to Filter and Correct Camera Distortion, all I'm going to do here is just to reduce the vignette amount right down to -100 or towards darken. Click OK, and that's applied the vignette effect just around the edges of the blank white layer. Now all I need to do is change the blending mode to multiply, and I just want to reduce the opacity of that effect down to about 50%. All we need to do before we save that down or print it is just to flatten all of those layers down into one. So if I just hold down Shift, make sure that I've got my top layer selected, click onto the background layer, then I can go over to my layer options and flatten image, and that'll flatten all of those layers down into one document ready for printing or saving. So that's how to add dynamic motion to a static shot.